Hello friends, this video on chemical reactions and equations part 11 is brought to you by examfear.com. No more fear from exam. Before watching this video, please make sure that you have watched part 1 to part 10. Now we'll discuss the other types of chemical reactions which we have taught, and please remember that these type of chemical reactions will be part of those 5 major types, right? So there are the 5 major types, but these will also be, these are just the reaction based on the property. So other reactions which we have was based on the number of inputs and outputs. For example, in one case the decomposition happens, right? So one item got into 2 items. In synthesis we have 2 items, you make it AB, right? So this was the decomposition, this was synthesis, and then you have this displacement reaction. You have AB, you added C, this becomes AC and B. Then you had this double displacement reaction, you have AB and CD, this becomes AC and BD, right? So those, and then you have combustion reactions. So these are the reactions which in the major classification. These precipitation reaction is nothing but a reaction where you have 2 solutions, you get a precipitation of insoluble C also and a solution D. So generally in maximum case, this precipitation reaction is nothing but a double displacement reaction. It's a type of double displacement reaction. In 99% case, this precipitation reaction is nothing but an example of double displacement reaction. So you have 2 solutions, you mix, you get one insoluble substance, that is nothing but a precipitation of that in one solution. Correct? So that's what the chemistry description says. In this precipitation reaction, 2 solutions are mixed together. It forms an insoluble solid, and that is nothing but the precipitate. It's a type of double displacement reaction. So when I'm discussing about precipitations, let's discuss solubility also, because they are all linked together. So things can be soluble, it can be moderately soluble, and it can be insoluble, right? So for example, so if you mix milk and water, they are soluble, right? You can't separate them. Moderately soluble, that you have some sodium chloride and you mix with water, they are soluble, but after some time, if you'll still find some crystals of that. If you add with water, right, you'll still find some crystals of sugar. Or if you have this chocolate coffee, you add with you make chocolate shake, right? So chocolate shake, you make chocolate and you add with milk. When you prepare the chocolate shake, things looks fine, but after some time, right, this precipitate down. So they're moderately soluble. Insoluble is it won't even mix. For example, you take iron nails and you try to mix with water. It won't even mix. You do anything, it won't even mix. Those things are insoluble. And these things are nothing but the property of the substance, right? So the solubility is nothing but the physical property of the substance, and that depends on a lot of factors, how it is structured, and those kind of stuffs we'll study later classes. These scientists have observed a lot of things, and they have come to some generalization rules about the solubility of certain substance. The thing they observed was solubility also depends on the temperature. In most of the cases, solubility increases with temperature. If you see, if you add sugar to water, you see that sometimes it is not, you're not able to mix it. But if you warm it, you see that you're able to mix it properly, right? This is a real scenario. In your kitchen also you can do this. So you mix some sugar with water, you'll see that you need to churn it properly, right? You need to put some effort to mix it. But the moment you warm it, everything is mixed. So in warm water, things get soluble easily. Same thing with you have this Horlicks in the Complan you mix in cold water, is not that easy to mix, but the water is warm, it's easy to mix. So the solubility depends on temperature in general case. It increases with the temperature. For example, so when you talk about solubility, you don't talk only about the substance, because it depends on the substance, but you also talk about the temperature. So you say potassium nitrate has a solubility of 31.2 gram per 100 gram of water at 20 degrees Celsius. That means if the water is 20 degrees Celsius, you can mix completely this 31.2 gram of potassium nitrate in 100 gram of water. Thus, you can see that solubility depends on two factors. One is the property of the substance, and then it is depending on temperature as well. So, a solution that contains maximum amount of dissolved solid is called saturated. For example, if I take 100 gram of water and I dissolve this much gram of potassium nitrate, I call this guy as a saturated thing. But now what happens is, if this is saturated now, and I cool it, I make it, let's suppose, 5 degrees Celsius. Now at 5 degrees Celsius, this guy can hold, let's suppose, 25 grams only, right? Now what happens is, the extra 6.2 grams, it will come out. It will come out and that will be a solid. And this process is nothing called recrystallization or precipitation also, you can see, right? So that is nothing but we are looking for, right? So we have a solution which has some crystals and they are all saturated. Now you decrease the temperature of this, so whatever, since you decrease the temperature, this water can't hold those many crystals, those things will come out, and that is nothing but recrystallization. So all things are linked actually: precipitation, recrystallization, solubility. So I thought it's better to have a slide on this and you guys should understand what is happening. The real reason behind everything is that a substance can hold a certain amount of salt at a certain temperature. The more you reduce the temperature, this thing comes out, right? So the extra gram of salt which it can't hold, it can't bear, it is crystallized and comes out. And that is nothing but the process of crystallization. Thank you. Visit examfear.com to watch free educational videos, try free online tests, get the best quality study materials, study from the best tutors and mentors, and much more. Thanks once again.